The Lonely Chapter. I'm going to say my personal piece on it because it's something that is an interesting thing to me. And the reason why I make a lot of these episodes is because I just talk about things that are interesting to me and hopefully it can be interesting to you. The Lonely Chapter is kind of an idea. We kind of have known the idea, but I'm pretty sure it was Modern Wisdom, Chris Williamson, who put this idea into a concept, into a word, into like a theory that kind of overshadowed it and encompassed it into one big concept. The Lonely Chapter is basically when you're kind of in between. You've outgrown your old circle of friends, your old group of people, but you haven't yet gotten to the state where you can be at the level of the types of people that you want to be with. So you're in that middle stage where you're not quite successful yet, but you're in the middle. You started in a bad place. Now you're on the pathway to success, but you're not quite there yet. So you're kind of in the middle. You're kind of stuck in the middle. No, a lot of people don't understand you maybe. You're kind of in a place where you just don't have a lot of friends, and that's why it's the Lonely Chapter. Because maybe you're not necessarily alone, and obviously God is with you no matter what, but physically, presence-wise, in comparison to maybe times past, where maybe you had a life where you had a lot of fun. You had friends where you went and partied, and you drank, and you had laughs and good times. But now you've moved on from those times, but they haven't yet. So you have to kind of find the people that are more aligned with your type of a pathway, your type of a trajectory. But those people are hard to find. It's harder to find those types of people than the people that are just going to go party. There's a lot of people that'll just go party because that's the easier thing to do. Or people that are just going to go waste their time, right? Like just kind of waste their life. Whereas you have ambitions. You've found some level of desire, ambitions that were different to what you had before. Or you've maybe just woken up to the fact that you're never going to make it as anything if you continue in your ways. Whether I'm just using the example of partying, but it might not be partying. It can be whatever other thing you're dealing with. It's not going to be an instant change. If you're going to need to cut people off because they don't align with your values and how you're going to live your life, then like if you're going to need to cut people off because they're bringing you down specifically, I just want to maybe step back and make that point. If they're bringing you down and preventing you from reaching your potential, and you want to reach your potential, you're not going to just find the new guys right away. You're not going to find the new people that are on your level, that have the same ambitions, that drive you, that push you, that killer that you can have by your side by side, and you're pushing each other. That true like gym partner where you're always keeping each other accountable, or the group of people keeping each other accountable. Again, these are just examples, right? Like gym partner is a good example, right? It makes the gym better. It makes you accountable to it, and you'll both grow bigger faster because you're pushing each other. And the point I'm trying to make is the Lonely Chapter is when you're in that in-between state where it feels lonely. And that's why he calls it the Lonely Chapter. I watch a lot of podcasts, and I get a lot of interesting information from the podcasts that I watch. Obviously, I make a podcast. It's kind of just a solo show right now because I haven't been able to get a lot of people on the show. More on that later in this episode. But the thing is, it's interesting. The reason why I watch this stuff is that it's very interesting. And Modern Wisdom has talked about the Lonely Chapter many, many times. Like, this is not the first time I've heard about it. But the most recent episode I watched was very, very good. And it was a very good episode. He recently got into a new studio, and it's like everything seems higher quality from him. So me personally, I like it. I enjoy it. And I get to take this concept, and I'm going to break it down for myself on this show, giving my perspective on it and how I'm actually starting to see it. And that's the reason why I'm making this episode. I'm going to give my take, really. I'm starting to see it in my life. I'm slowly starting to see some of my friends drift away, the friend group falling apart, and I'm just kind of here, feather in the wind type of thing. And I've always really been searching for that killer. I haven't found that killer yet, that person that I can be ride or die with and just grind together. I haven't found it. Obviously, I was trying to make it as a pro footballer. That was my thing back in the day. But I never found that person that, like, here's a way of explaining it. I always had to be the one asking someone else, some friend, someone around me to train. Whether it was to go to the gym, whether it was to go to the field, get some touches in, take some shots, whatever. It was always me that had to be that person to go out and reach out. I never had a person that was keeping me accountable. So I never had that person that was literally just as motivated, just as determined as me, just as hardcore, ready to grind, trying to make it pro as me. I had people that were on and off, people that sometimes went with me, but a lot of times they wouldn't go. So even as I'm moving into different stages of my life, I'm still looking for that person that we can really grind together and we can really move forward together on a consistent basis. There's still potential. I think with the people I know, there's still potential for some people, but they're currently going through some struggles in their lives, and I have to, of course, respect that, and I do respect that. So I'm not putting so much pressure on them. I'm not going to try and cut them off. I don't want to cut anyone off. But I'm just starting to see the way life moves and the way the world works in a lot of ways these last couple of months. And I'm starting to see just some things drifting away, pushing us apart. We used to be so close, but now we're being pushed apart, me and some of my friends. And obviously, I'm trying to make new friends. I think I'm starting along that process of making new friends, but I'm starting to see how the lonely chapter makes sense, that it's not going to be right away, going from your old friend group or your old circle of people around you to the new one. It's going to take some time. There will be a few months, few years even in between where you're really lonely. You're lacking that killer. You're lacking that person to keep you accountable, that person that you can grind with, that you can be bros with, that you can truly ride or die for. And it's a mutual relationship like that. It takes time. It's not going to happen right away. And the lonely chapter encompasses that idea into a concept, which is the fact that there is going to be some time in between your old circle of friends, the old version of yourself, and the new version of yourself. It's easier to find the person that's already there, that has already reached where you want to reach. And it's easy to find the person that is where you don't want to be. Whatever that may look like for you, whether it be like party culture, like I was saying before, or whether it be just not motivated to go to the gym type of thing, which I also could kind of relate to. Whatever it is, it's easy to find those two. It's harder to find the person that is just in your space, that is also on the grind, that is also looking for an upward trajectory. It's way harder to find it. It's way easier to find the person that's already made it, and they can't help you because they've already made it. They're not in your shoes. They can give you advice, and maybe sometimes that advice will help, but it won't be the be-all, end-all, and they definitely won't drop to your level to help you in any more way than they need to. And the people lower down, you can maybe try and convince them, turn them into someone motivated, but you can only do so much with yourself. If it's a type of person that is not going to get where you want to go, then, well, you can still have them as a fun friend, but you can't call them your killer. You can't call them your ride or die, right? And it's just the point in between, the kind of awkward middle stage in between, where you're trying to figure it out. You don't really know yet, but you're on a trajectory, you're on a path. You hope you're on a path. You don't even really know. You're not sure. You can't really measure who's in your position, right? Who actually is doing the same things you're doing and moving in the same direction you're doing and in the same position that you can grow together. It's much harder to find that because it's more of a unique thing. Right? I'll give my example, right? In my professional football journey, I never found someone that actually was as motivated as I was to make it pro, willing to train so much outside of the field and in the gym, exercising every day, out of the house every day, doing something meaningful with my time every day, waking up early type of thing to get out and do some workouts every day. I never found anyone like that because unfortunately I was on a team where a lot of the people that were on that team have probably by that point had already given up on their aspirations, were just playing for fun. And we saw it in our results that a lot of them weren't taking it serious enough, and we ended up being a terrible team both years that I was playing in Portugal. So I had a couple of guys like that when I went on my professional trials. I met a few people like that, but they live on the other side of the world. So it's pretty hard. You're not going to be able to keep each other accountable day after day because they live on the other side of the world. I live here in Toronto, Canada. I've met people that live in California, different parts of the U.S. that would probably qualify as that type of killer, that type of same type of mentality. People that live in Europe, people that even live like in the Middle East. Pray for them. But there are people that I've met for sure that are definitely like probably qualified and fall under that kind of vein of in the same type of boat as me, going together, and we can kind of grow together. but they live on the other side of the world. So my point is that it's not that easy to find that person that can really just ride or die with you through it all, support you through it all, help you grow through it all, keep you accountable. It will happen if you truly go out and look for it, but it's not going to happen overnight. And if you're kind of moving away from your current friends slowly, or if you've just cut them off instantly, which some people do, I will never do that. You're not going to find the new group right away. You're not going to find that new person right away. It's going to take time. And that is the essence of the lonely chapter. But I'm making this episode kind of to talk about it because I kind of am starting to get it. I'm slowly, like if you had to put it on a spectrum, right? You had your old friend group where you were, your new friend group, ideally where you want to be, like what you're trying to go and get, the relationships you're trying to have. And then you have like the middle, which is like the lonely chapter. I'm probably like here. Like not quite all the way over there because we're starting to move away, but I'm not really in the lonely chapter yet because I'm still talking to a lot of these guys and I still appreciate all these guys and I will never cut off any of these guys. These relationships will only end if they like start to slowly distance themselves. That seems to be what's happening, at least in my life right now. It could change over time. But as of now, that's what I'm seeing. So I'm kind of in the middle. Like if you have like one extreme, and then the middle, which is the lonely chapter, I'm kind of like here, right? If that makes sense in terms of where I'm at, in terms of my relationships with the people around me, my inner circle, the closest 3 to 5 people to me. It's pretty much like that. So I'm here and I'm understanding. I'm starting to understand how it works. Perhaps maybe in the next few months, few years, I'll start to actually see the difference, and I'll actually start to see like the real raw lessons that will come from those times. But as of now, for me, it's a very interesting concept. It's an interesting idea, and it can give you something to cope with. It can give you something to grasp. If you're a bit lonely, if you're going through it, if you're trying to achieve things, if it feels like nobody understands you, nobody gets it, right? Eventually you'll find the person that gets it. And eventually you'll find the person that will truly be with you through it all. And that is truly something special and something I think we all deeply yearn for as human beings. So continue grinding, man. Continue going. Don't let the negative influences of the people of the past draw you back in because that can be easy. You know you have something you want to go and achieve. You know that there's a trajectory. If there are people in your life that are holding you back from that, and you know they're holding you back from it, don't bend, right? Don't let them pull you back into that lifestyle. Try your best to move forward. And sometimes it unfortunately has to mean cutting people off. But obviously your situation is different than mine. But understand that, it's not going to be perfect. It's not going to happen right away. The shift is going to be long, and there's probably going to be a lot of pain in between. But if you can overcome that, you will eventually find that person or those people that you truly want to be around, those people that are good influences to you, and you can be a good influence to them. And those are the best relationships between close friends and between just people around you in your inner circle that I think truly everyone wants. But the lonely chapter is to say that it doesn't happen right away. You don't get it right away. You got to get it by continuing to grind, by continuing to move up that ladder, kind of climb, increase the level of your trajectory and the level of the velocity that you're attacking life with. And you'll find it. I truly believe that you will find it. I truly believe that for me, eventually I'll find something else as well. So that's what I got to say with regards to the lonely chapter. And I don't think Modern Wisdom himself actually talks about this, but I've been thinking and I'm like, the lonely chapter also does apply to relationships, like actual real romantic relationships. If you have like a partner and it's a terrible relationship, it's a toxic relationship, many things go wrong, or if it might not be toxic, but there might be a lot of problems still. That means it's a mutual problem. It means that you're not the type of person that is able to get the woman that you want. And it also means that the woman that you are with is not the woman that you want, and you're not the man that she wants. So there is a period where you have to develop yourself into becoming that type of person that the type of woman you want, like they'll be attracted to you. But that's also going to take time. And that is also the lonely chapter. So perhaps you have like a very bad breakup. You're not going to instantly find the perfect girl that you want like a couple weeks later. No, you're probably going to have to suffer a little bit. You're probably going to go to the gym and have your gym arc and grow strong. But the reason why you go to the gym and you feel like you just kind of bottle up your pain in your muscles, right? Those are like the kind of gym culture memes. But the reason why you do that is to say you're going to be a better man from the kind of tough breakup. And you're going to channel that anger, that deep pain into something good rather than something bad. And it doesn't it shouldn't just be going to the gym. It should be just developing yourself, trying to do better in yourself, figuring out what went wrong and improving from those mistakes. But it'll take time, and there'll be a lonely period, and you'll have to kind of eat that pain a little bit and take the hits. But then eventually, if you keep going, you keep persevering, I believe truly God will bless you with that woman that you truly desire. But you have to first become the man to attract the type of a woman, and that'll take time. So there's a very lonely chapter in that regard as well. So the lonely chapter, it's a very interesting concept. I'm starting to understand it more, but I hope you understand. I hope it was entertaining. I hope it was interesting to you. And if you're going through a lonely chapter as well, or if you went through a lonely chapter, just know that it will end. Just know that there will be something better on the other side, that if you keep grinding, you keep persevering, you don't let the old times suck you back in. You instead pursue better things in the future. Don't get stuck in the past for any reason. That's, I think, a good, solid word of advice. Don't get stuck in the past for any reason. Try to move yourself to the future. It might be with pain. It might be through grinding your teeth. But eventually, you will get somewhere. What that somewhere looks like is going to be different for each and every one of you. I don't even know what that somewhere is going to look like for me because I'm still developing. I'm saying these things knowing that I'm kind of in the middle. I'm not quite at the lonely chapter yet, but maybe I'm getting there. And I'm, of course, not nowhere near the success that I really want in my life either. But perhaps I'm kind of making some plays and doing some things that can potentially help me build up to eventually getting there. But I'm saying this being in the position that I'm in, where I'm a God-fearing man. I try my best. I know I'm imperfect, but I'm very far away from the things that I want. And I'm still actually trying to figure out the things that I want. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I still don't really know. I'm 20 years old. I tried to make it as a pro footballer. Is it done? Is it not done? I don't know. There's a lot of questions up in the air for my life. But the point I'm trying to make is that I'm in this moment. I'm going through these things in real time. So I think me talking about a concept that makes sense to me that I'm actually starting to see in real time in my life, hopefully it can make it more relatable. It can make it more understandable to you, more watchable for you, because the worst thing you can be as an influencer is fake, right? And I try my best to be as vulnerable as I can on this show. Obviously, sometimes I say things as a joke. Sometimes I say things as like, and it's like just kind of off the rails. But sometimes my opinions might not agree with my opinion because you might be on one side and I might be on the other side. But at the end of the day, I'm trying my best. I'm trying to glorify God. Of course, all the time I fail, but continue to try and strive to do better. You're going to eventually get there. And I believe that I'll get there. But me talking about this is also a word to say that I believe that you will get there as well. If you're going through the lonely stage, you're going through the tough times, there will be something glorious on the other side of it. I truly do believe that. Again, it's been a very common theme for the show last couple of weeks because, well, I'm going through the tough times right now in my life. And if I wasn't going through the bad times right now, I wouldn't be talking about it. That's why I like to talk about the things that I'm dealing with in real time. So that can be good real-time lessons for you. It can make the show more entertaining, perhaps, more real, more raw. Makes my life better to kind of talk these things out. Like it gives me a little bit more clarity. Obviously, me being vulnerable to you, the authenticity. I'm not trying to be fake. I'm trying to be completely real. Even if like 10 people will watch this, like maximum. I'm okay with that. Honestly, I'm going to keep grinding. I'm going to keep making episodes of this show. And I'm going to keep trying to move forward. That if I enter the lonely chapter, I know what to expect. That, well, the feeling will always suck, but at least I can have a bearing as to what to expect so that I can move forward and eventually get to the point where we reach the next level of friendships, of relationships, whatever it may be. I believe it can be the exact same thing for you. If you're going through it, just know that you continue to grind, you continue to move on the trajectory, the path that you're going on, you figure out what you actually want to do and do everything you can to go and get it. Ignore all distractions. Don't worry about the people that are not understanding you. You don't need to be understood. You just need to have confidence in yourself and confidence in God that God wants you to do this thing. And that is more than enough jet fuel to propel you forward. But that's really all I gotta say. You will overcome the things you're dealing with. And on the other side of it, on the other side of the loneliness, the difficulty, whatever you're dealing with, will be those exact things that you're looking for, that exact level of success, whatever thing is there, that you'll be looking for. It might not even be exactly how you envision it because God works in mysterious ways, but you will definitely, if you continue with the right values and principles, and again, understanding these concepts and applying them to your life, you will truly do better. You will truly find fulfillment. You will truly overcome the struggles and the difficulties and the loneliness to truly achieve many great things in your life. So that's all I got to say for today. Thank you for watching this episode of the 365 podcast. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, I'm with you. I'm supporting you. If you're going through the lonely chapter, just know that really you're never alone. And I think that's kind of how I'm going to end this episode. You're never alone. God, no matter what, is always with you. He's there. He wants you to have a relationship with him. It's just up to you to get on your knees and say, Lord, I want to have a relationship with you. And God will enter into your life and work many great things. So really, you have to understand that you are never lonely. And that's honestly the way I found God, by figuring that out, that I'm never lonely. God is always with me. He is always with all of you as well. So understand that, yes, in the lonely chapter, you're never truly lonely, but obviously, yes, physically you don't see anyone that kind of aligns with you, so it can feel lonely. But know that those times will pass, that things come and go, life circumstances come and go, and on the other side of it, if you continue moving, things will really be good in the end. So thank you for watching. I appreciate you for being here, for staying this long, if you're still here. If you're new, as always, like the video, subscribe on YouTube, follow on Spotify. Show your support for the show in any way that you can. You can help these episodes actually get pushed in the algorithm a little bit. So if I can gain a little bit of traction on this show, that'd be nice. Obviously, I'm not desperate because I'm just making the episodes, enjoying my time, and giving good quality content to the people that do watch, however many it may be. So I appreciate you for being here, for watching, for sticking it out. Just know that you are never alone no matter what. I'm here. I'm supporting you. If you comment, I'll be sure to respond and give you some decent advice. And obviously, no matter what, God is with you through it all. Always remember that. So thank you for watching this episode. That's it for me. That is me talking about the lonely chapter, some interesting concepts that I'm learning because I'm watching a lot of podcasts and I find it interesting. So I've finished sharing it with you, sharing my thoughts with you today. So thank you for watching. As always, I will see you tomorrow for the next episode of the 365 podcast.